Hi guys, meet you again. Today I would like to talk about theories of learning. So let us start with the theories. So what is meant by theories? Theories simply refer to explanation to anything we can observe, we can experience in the reality in our life. So this explanation is very important for us so that we can adapt, we can adopt, we can adjust our lives and making lives better. Greeting people in the morning, and even like playing games, those are skills that people obtain from learning. If as baby was born, then they would be able to do anything. So baby is learning how to talk, learning how to imitate speech from mothers or parents. So learning is the change of behavior from being unable to being able to do something. That's learning. Talking about the theories of learning, there are some schools, and I'd like to mention three of them. The first is called Behaviorism, next cognitivism, and the last is constructivism. Get started with behaviorism. Behaviorism mentions that human beings are basically creatures with blank sheet. They have no idea in their minds, and the role of the teachers, the role of the parents make them knowledgeable, make them skillful. For examples like baby who start learning how to say something. The parents say something and the baby is trying to imitate. One baby is doing a mistake, the parents teach them how to make it correct. And anytime the baby or the children are doing right, the parents or even the teachers teaching the student in the class would say some things like very good. But then if they are doing something wrong, parents or teachers may say some things like, no, that's not correct, you have to do this. But when people are correcting students, children, it's called sort of punishment, making something correct. And when the baby or children are doing right, parents, even the teachers, like say, okay, that's very good, that's reward. What the teachers or the parents are doing to the children or students are called stimuli. The children imitate, do what the parents say to them. And these kind of activities are called response. They have to maintain this kind of good activity, this kind of good changes in behavior attitudes. It's called reinforcement. Alright, so that's about behaviorism. Now let us move on to cognitivism. Theory of cognitivism is, according to experts, derived from the theory of Gestalt psychology. And within this theory, there are some other theories under the umbrella of this big theory, like dual coding theory. Dual coding theory is the theory that believe the learners being able or being knowledgeable at mastering information because of they learn from different kinds of codes, different kinds of stimuli, different kinds of objects or inputs they obtain, like visual and verbal. The more modes the children obtain, the students obtain, are better. So they can retrieve the informations previously sent to them because they remember words, they remember image. So children or students can remember that and they retrieve the information they store in their memory. Sometimes we call that long-term memory, because they can associate the term, the verbal expression, with the image. And the other way around is also true. That is dual coding theory. And the other is also applied to schema theory. So schema theory justifies the learning process is sort of activity. The learners connect new information with the previous knowledge. So when the teachers are teaching new concepts, the students cannot instantly understand that the teachers have to connect with what they have known before. New information that does not have connection with the background knowledge or the previous knowledge the student may have is hardly acceptable, is hardly understood. For example, when the lecturer is coming to the class and he or she begins to teach about the Newton rules of gravity theory to students who never learned about that, so it does not make any sense to students. Okay, so in the same way, when linguistic lecturers coming to the other department who never learned this kind of complex linguistic theory, the students might find it difficult to understand because they have no background knowledge about that. So the more familiar the concept the teacher is teaching, the more acceptable and potentially understood by the students. That is called schema theory. So with behaviorisms, the learning is seen as the process of making people skillful because of the repeated action through stimuli and response. With cognitivisms, we see that the learning is sort of the activities people retrieving information, gaining the informations from the teachers or from the parents, are giving new information and they try to connect with the previous one. And now it comes to understanding and discussing constructivism. This theory justifies that learning is to refer to how the students constructed through the environment, to the social condition where they live. There is the man called Vygotsky, and according to Vygotsky, children or students learn through the teachers, through people who know more. People who are knowledgeable are called MKO, more knowledgeable others. And more knowledgeable others function to lead the students to the zone called zones of proximal development. Zones of proximal development is sort of the competency that they really want to acquire. Being able to talk, being able to speak foreign languages fluently, and doing something else. The way the teachers are doing this is called scaffolding. It's giving model so that learners can do right, can do correctly. Is what the teachers are expecting. Okay guys, so that's enough for today, the theories of learning. I do hope that you will find this useful. Thank you.